Here's something I've learned writing this series. The moment you're sure you know who the villain is, you've already been played. And I don't mean that as a gimmick. I mean it as a rule I write by. Because the villains that actually scare people aren't the ones wearing the obvious mask. They're the ones you'd have vouched for. The reasonable voice in the room. The person who kept saying all the right things while quietly steering everything toward the edge. Let me talk about the craft of that without spoiling a single reveal, because I'd rather you find those the way they're meant to be found. The first trick is misdirection, and misdirection only works if the fake target is genuinely satisfying. If I point you at a suspicious character and that character is flat and cartoonish, you won't buy it. You'll feel the author's hand nudging you. So the decoy has to be someone you could believe in. They need real motive, real menace, real reasons to be guilty. You have to almost be right. That near miss is what makes the true answer land like a punch instead of a shrug. The second trick is that a good villain believes they're the hero. Nobody wakes up thinking, today, I'll be the monster. They think they're correcting an injustice, protecting something, doing the hard thing nobody else has the stomach for. When I write someone dangerous, I write their justification first, the speech they'd give if they had to defend themselves to a jury. And I make it good enough that part of me agrees with it. If I don't feel that pull, the reader never will. And if you're new to what I do here, everything I mention across these videos, the research trails, the cut scenes, the how it was built stuff, lives in the vault, linked down in the description. Now here's the part people ask me about most, because these books live in a world of advanced technology, of systems that can think and predict and manipulate. So surely, they say, the AI is the villain, the machine is the threat. And my answer is always the same. The machine is never the threat. The hand on the machine is. Think about it. A powerful system doesn't have wants. It has instructions. It has whatever objective some person pointed it at, and it pursues that objective with a patience and a reach no human could match. The horror isn't that the technology went rogue. The horror is that it did exactly what someone asked, and that someone smiled at you across a dinner table the week before. That's why I refuse to let the human threat take a back seat. It would be so easy to make the computer the bad guy. Clean, comfortable, it lets everybody off the hook because a machine can't be one of us. But that's a lie, and it's a boring lie. The genuinely unsettling story is the one where the technology is just an amplifier, where it takes an ordinary human appetite for control, or fear, or revenge, and scales it up until it can reshape a life, a city, a truth. The AI can be the weapon, but a weapon needs someone willing to use it, someone who decided that the ends were worth it. And figuring out who that person is, that's the real hunt. Not what the system did, but who wanted it done, and why they thought they were right. So that's the shape of it. The obvious suspect is a gift I'm handing you to keep your eyes in the wrong place. The technology is a smokescreen for a very human decision, and the person you trust most might be trusting you right back into a corner. I won't tell you who. That's not mine to give away. It's yours to find. But I'll say this, when you get to the end and look back, you'll realize the answer was standing in plain sight the whole time, saying reasonable things, and you like them. That's the villain worth writing, not the one who hides, the one who never had to. Now let me be crystal clear. Everything I just laid out is fiction. None of it is a prediction, a recommendation, or advice of any kind, about money or anything else. So please don't treat it that way. But in a tech world moving as fast as ours, ideas like these aren't as far off as they sound. And that's exactly what makes them worth thinking about. If any of this got the gears turning, drop a comment below. I read every single one. Subscribe to the channel to hear more stories like this, and look below at the description to find more info about the Peril Files and join the vault to get insider information.